Hey everyone, how's it going? In today's video, I want to quickly go over what I have going on in the bed of my truck. I did a video about a year ago going over all of the gear that we keep while we go camping. I didn't really go into too much detail about the stuff that I keep in the bed full time, as you can see, which is kind of what we have right now. The fridge is not there full time, but everything else is, so we'll go over this real quick. So from the factory, I have the Line-X, factory bed liner on here. That's already on the truck. I went ahead and put some plywood back here and spray painted it with some sort of plasti dip type paint, just so I didn't have to drill into the actual bed of the truck, which I ultimately might go back and do in the future with some riv nuts, but for the time being I didn't really want to drill into the bed of the truck to prevent from rusting and all that. But I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal if I just do it correctly, which I plan on doing. So but for now, we have plywood sheet here. I didn't really cut it perfectly along the wheel wells and all that, but at least I cut it, from wheel well to wheel well, and added some anchor points here to secure my gear, which you probably have seen already in my previous video. I really haven't had any issue with the plywood here. So even when I pull up the SetPower, it doesn't cause any issues. It's not bowing or anything. It's not like flexing too much. I am on a downward incline here, but it's not really going anywhere. At least the plywood isn't. So while I have the fridge out, I've already gone over it. I won't go into too much detail, but it's just a slide out fridge. This is the SetPower. I don't remember the exact model name. I'll link in the description below, but underneath of it is the AllTop fridge slide out, and it works great. And it can hold on to a pretty heavy load like a fridge, a full fridge. All I did was screw the bolts that come with it that are supposed to go, on like a hard surface like the bed. I did it on the plywood, and it's not going anywhere, so it's been working really well. So moving on to the sidewalls, these are the BuiltRight Industries sidewall system. They have them for many different types of vehicles. They do have one for the Ford Ranger 5-foot bed and the 6-foot bed. It bolts to the factory holes, so you don't have to do any drilling, and it is a flush fit. And you can attach whatever you want. I mean, it's a molly system, so you can really do whatever you want to it. I'll show you on the other side really quick. I have a couple axes hooked up over there. But to keep the fire extinguisher here, I have it attached to a QuickFist anchor. And it works pretty good. The fire extinguisher does not move anywhere. So always haven't used it yet, but it's always great to have. Next to that, I have a 2-gallon Rotopax gas can. It's perfect. It fits in here very slim. You could probably fit 2 in here, but I really only need 1 at a time. I don't go too many long distances without hitting gas stations whenever I can. So maybe in the future, but for now, I don't really need more than 1. So there it is. Plus they're expensive, so I don't want to spend the extra money. Try to get it used if you can. Over here, I'm sure you all know where these come from. These are the Apache waterproof cases from Harbor Freight. I love these cases, man. They're very cost efficient and they work great. And this one, I just keep a mesh bag full of different bungee cords, and that's all I can fit in there. But there's about 20 in here, maybe more. Use them all the time. It's very convenient to have them tucked away like that. The way that I mounted them was just bolt inside with a washer, and then another washer and the nut on this side. To keep it waterproof, I siliconed the heck out of it. As you can see, it looks pretty bad, but they do come with foam inserts, so if you don't have something this big, this wide, that's going to take up a lot of room, you can have a foam insert here and down here and keep whatever you have protected and keep it from moving around. I took them out because I needed to fit this whole bag in here, but might not be able to do it with one hand, but you get the idea. That's where they go. And then over here, I just have a lot more space for whatever I want to put in the future. I have ideas, but it's just empty space for now. And you can mount this wherever you want. I had to do it on this height here so I could actually get in here and not hit my hand too much on top here. It's not the same on the other side. It's a little more difficult, but so yeah, you can mount whatever you want on here. You might have to improvise a little bit, but yeah, you can do whatever you want here, and it's pretty nice. There's not a panel for the back. I don't know if they currently sell one or if they're planning on making one, but there aren't any factory holes back there, so you would probably have to drill some. So we'll see if they have one or if they are planning on making one. I would get it if they did, but just extra storage if you want it. So moving on over here, I installed this myself. This is just a way to route power to your truck bed. I was planning on doing a video on this, and I will do one if anyone wants to see it. But more or less, you are routing power from terminal from underneath your hood that's connected to the battery. You run wiring from under the truck. I use zip ties and just went along the frame, brought it up here, took the tail light out, and hooked it up. And it's been working great for me, no issues throughout one full winter in Northeast Ohio, which can get pretty bad. So far, it's been through 4 seasons with no issue. It does have 2 chargers up here as well to charge stuff while you're at your campsite. And then you have 1 plug here for bigger appliances, devices like a fridge. And it works great. And you have a voltage meter, which is very nice. So over here, you can clearly see we have a splitting axe and a hatchet. These are from Fiskars. Had these for, I think, almost 3 years now, maybe 2. So they've been used a lot and they work really well. They're getting a little rusty, so I might replace them in the future, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm not gonna replace them anytime soon. These are obviously mounted on the BuiltRight Industries, MOLLE system. Again, like the fire extinguisher, these are mounted with the fist clamps. These are smaller than the fire extinguisher. The one for the fire extinguisher is made for a fire extinguisher or something similar of a cylindrical item, which I can only think of a fire extinguisher. But here, all you do is, you pull those off on this side, and then down, there's 2 that hold it in, and then it comes out pretty easily. It's nice to have these all the time, full time, especially if you're going to hit up camp a lot. I use them every time I go to camp to cut wood, chop it down into smaller pieces. I'll go ahead and get the hatchet out because it's right here. It's a little easier to get to. But once you have those fist off, you just pull it out and you have your hatchet or axe ready to go. And it's easy to put back, but it's kind of hard to do with one hand. If this part's in the video, then I didn't edit it out, and I was able to do it with one hand. So let's see. All right, very nice. You just attach those back, and it's all rubber except for the part that attaches to the actual MOLLE system back here. It's very secure. It's not going anywhere if you do it right. And then you can tighten these down on these teeth as hard as you want. For me, I keep them pretty tight so it doesn't wiggle around, but yeah, I love having them there. And down here, I don't recall if I have anything, so let's see. And more bungee cords. And now I can't close them. There we go. So yeah, that's it for the sidewalls. We'll go to the back real quick, look at where I keep our water, and that'll be it. Again, if you've seen the video I did in Colorado going over all of our camping gear, you'll know that I have this 20-liter 5-gallon tank from Scepter. It's quoted as being military grade, and this is what military groups use to store water, which is nice. This little frame I bought for it on Amazon. I'll link it in the description below. Yeah, and I just bolted it right to the plywood, and it's not going anywhere. It does come with a piece here to attach over the top, and it fits perfectly, and you can lock it down here if you wanted to. I haven't had to use the lock. I just kind of shove it into the hinge itself, and it stays put. So I love this. You can carry a lot of water, easy to fill up and easy to carry. It's kind of awkward when now that you have a bed rack system, it's kind of heavy, so you have a little bit of strength to get it in here, but it shouldn't be too bad. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Like I said, the main thing about the truck bed is the BuiltRight Industries MOLLE bed system. And like I said, it comes in many different sizes for different vehicles. And for the Ranger specifically, it comes in a 5-foot bed and 6-foot bed. So you can really configure it however you want. They have accessories for mounting options. Like I said, I have the fist clamp for the fire extinguisher, and then the fist clamps for the hatchets and the axe. Obviously, Rotopax Mount will mount on there. I do love having that here. It's an extra 2 gallons of fuel in an emergency. It's nice to have. And then you can go crazy with the Apache cases. You could put them wherever you want. I could probably fit another one next to it, but I'm just keeping that empty for now, just to see if anything else pops up in the market that I want to put there. So we'll see. But like I said earlier, I'm debating getting rid of the plywood, but for the last 2 years, it's been great. No issues. It doesn't look the nicest, which is kind of like my biggest pet peeve. When you spray that Plasti Dip spray on it, like things tend to catch on it, and it's kind of like a coarse surface. Not so much anymore because it's been used, but you know, you can see the imperfections from like damage to it, so it doesn't look nice. I think just a regular truck bed would look better, but it is what it is. That's where we're at, but it works, so that's all that matters. So if you guys have any questions about what I have in my truck bed, feel free to ask in the comments below. I might have mentioned to people before, but this is a new system that I'm running for the bed rack, and that's compatible with roll-up gator tonneau cover. I will be doing a separate video on that shortly. It is a budget-friendly, improvised way to get a nice bed rack on your Ford Ranger without having to spend, you know, close to $500 on a bed rack and then $1,000 on a bed rack system to hold like a T-rail tonneau cover. This way, in case you already have a gator cover, you'll only need to get the bed rail and the track here, which is pretty inexpensive. Like I said, improvised, budget friendly. So I'll go over that in a future video. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick video going over the back of my truck bed. Everything I talked about here will be linked in my description below. Some of them will be Amazon affiliate products, so if you do buy from a couple of those links, it will benefit the channel, and I truly appreciate all of your guys' support. We are getting close to 550 subscribers, guys. I can't thank you guys enough. That's a crazy number. I didn't think we'd get to that number ever, but let's keep going. Keep trying to push out content for you guys. So again, I hope you enjoyed. Hit me up in the comments or on Instagram. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay safe.